GMGP. It is Tuesday, February 24th, 2026. Y'all decided to wake y'all asses up with myself and my dog, my brother from another mother. Y'all know who it is. It's the Canadian, Jordan Richards. You can find him on X at your boy Jay Richards. Wake up with Ray and Jay every Tuesday, every Thursday, right here on the channel, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jay Rich, a little late today. CP time, a little late. It's cold outside. There's blizzards all over the place. So if you're experiencing some of that bad weather, I know my brother Brandon out there in Connecticut sending us pictures, snow up to his thigh. Be safe. Hey, don't be out there doing stuff you ain't got no business doing. Make sure you're stocked up on water and enjoy that time off. Hopefully they didn't make y'all asses go into work today. Jay, let's see who we got in the building. We got a good show today. We're gonna talk some Daniel Jeremiah and some of the drama around his draft grades, AI or not, who knows? Who knows? I'm not here to go down that rabbit hole.
Allegedly.
But allegedly, that ChatGPT is helping out Daniel Jeremiah quite a bit. But we'll look at his updated big board. We're gonna do a rookie mock because Jay, the last time we did a rookie mock, the people in the comments said they want to play with you. They were like, we need more Jay Rich in rookie mocks. We need more Jordan Richards giving us that rookie draft analysis. So we're going to give them exactly what they want. NFL Combine starts this week. Jay Rich, hit some air horns for that. We got running backs, receivers, tight ends, all that good stuff popping off this week. NFL Combine. Normally we do a draft stream over here, and we'll see. I've got some family things that I have to tend
Combine
to.
stream. Don't tell the people you're not going to do the draft stream because then they'll freak out.
Combine stream. I've got some family stuff that we got to go handle this week, so I will not be here on Thursday or Friday, and we'll return on Saturday. So, Jay, I'm letting you know. Scott Connor said he's down to stream with you if y'all wanted to get on maybe and do some reactions at the end of the thing or something. Yeah, I mean, to that degree.
Saturday I think is the wide receivers, quarterbacks, and running backs, anyways. So
yep.
I mean, if he wants to break down, Sonny Styles versus Arvell Reese, I'm more than happy to be there. And my safety grades are off the charts. I mean,
your safety grades are good. Your safety grades
just from last season alone.
Xavier Watts,
I'm more than happy to do it.
You hit?
Huge hit.
I give you credit for that.
I do not have a safety this year that I'm touting just yet, but I'm working on it. We'll get there.
It's
may just go chalk on that one.
At some point, people will start to listen to OGQ. I'm the one who had Dylan Thineman in the first round a month and a half, 2 months ago. I'm the one that had Omar Cooper in round 1 a week ago. Now he's getting at some point, Jay. At some point, it's kind of like I know what I'm talking about. At some point, to some degree, Jay Rich. Let me get off the screen. How are you, my friend? How are you doing today?
I'm good, Ray. I'm good. Definitely a lot to get into. I already see the people getting on me in the chat about USA, Canada. I don't know if you watched. I honestly, I didn't watch that much of it. The U.S., Ray.
Well, you know I watch a lot of hockey.
The super team Canadians to win Olympic gold.
I was tapped in.
What a story.
I was tapped in.
8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Overtime? 3-on-3 overtime. Look, man, not a big hockey guy. That was kind of, I could do without that. I understand why they do it. I could do with that. Give me the 5-on.
Listen.
For U.S. Canada, give me the 5-on-5. Like, that's just, but credit to the U.S. Canada made a big mistake in the offensive zone. Come back on the counter. Boom. Goal. It is what it is, man. Hellebuck was phenomenal in that game. He was unreal. U.S. deserved it. They played better defense. They played much, much better than Canada, in my opinion.
You're doggone right. We did. You're doggone right. We did. United States. That's what we do. I was tapped into that game. Watched it from start to finish. Jay Rich, pride.
Did you?
Right.
More than me, then, if you did. I didn't.
Listen, I watch all sports. I told you I was a 5-tool athlete.
You know what, Ray? You know what game I watched just a few days, like just last week? I watched Knicks Pistons because Stephen A was hyping up Knicks Pistons. I was like, yo, let me check in on Cade Cunningham. Cooked the Knicks, man. Wow. He probably should be the MVP.
Detroit's good.
I did not realize they were as good as they are.
Bickerstaff has got them playing well. Detroit is very good. I will share with you and my people out there, and then we'll get into the show. GQ has started golf. Jay Rich, I am fully committed. I've told you lessons have been going well. I'm going to be ready for that DD scramble over the summer. I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be ready. I have really taken a liking to the sport of golf, so really enjoying that right now.
How many rounds have you played, though?
There's no rounds yet. It is.
So that's why you still like it, then.
It is
once it gets real, it's like
it's
you either
skill
are having
refinement
fun
at this
for
point.
like a little bit,
I'm in the
and
lab.
then you're just hating your life. But it just depends on how serious you are about it. But
I'm in the lab right now, Jay Rich.
Golf is fun, though. I like golf a lot. It's hard as hell, though.
It's fun. I'm enjoying it. All right, Jay. USA gets the dub. We talked a little hockey. We talked a little golf. We talked a little baseball. We got that back. Aaron Judge already hitting home runs now,
sir.
and then getting ready. I don't want to call it spring training, but they're getting ready, right? Getting warmed up. But we got to talk NFL because there was some news that happened over the past week, and first one from the sports world, Rondale Moore's passing. Pretty sad, man. Pretty sad about Rondale Moore.
Very sad.
25 years ago. What's crazy is that freshman game that got us really excited about Rondale Moore, and back when everybody talked about early breakouts and all that was 2018. I didn't realize it was that long. That was 2018 when he went 11 for 170, 2-3 touchdowns against Ohio State in a big-time upset against then-ranked number 2 Ohio State. But Rondale Moore, 25 years old, I believe self-inflicted gunshot wound for Rondale Moore, which took his own life. But very sad stuff right there. One of my favorite players that I got to watch in college football in recent memory, somebody that we talked about on the show a lot.
Yeah, profiled him and everything.
Profiled him. Very sad stuff with Rondale Moore.
Yeah, super sad. Ray, I never expected that, even in this short lifespan of this show, that one of the players we profiled would die, not to mention even just like retiring, right? So that, and it's funny because it's Rondale Moore, I always go back to the intro video I made for you talking about Rondale Moore, and it was like one of my favorites I ever made, and I reposted on Twitter because of his death and everything. But yeah, phenomenal talent, didn't work out in the NFL, but so sad that this is the result of Rondale Moore with how good we thought he could have been, and still plenty of time to make his way in the NFL as well. So very sad.
Yeah, shout out to Debro in the chat. He said, check in on your people. Mental health is health. Check in on your people. RIP Rondale Moore. Blessings to his family. Absolutely, Daniel. Absolutely, Debro. And everybody out there. Just very sad situation. So let's transition to this week. And we've got the NFL Scouting Combine. So I know a lot of people are heading out to Indianapolis right now. And people keep telling me we need to go. They're like, Ray, you guys need to go. You guys need to go to the con. Everybody keeps telling me. We go to the Senior Bowl just about every year. I will tell you, I am not sad that we missed this year. We go to Senior Bowl just about every year, but everyone keeps telling me you need to go to the Combine if you want interviews, because I guess there's more people there than just
that's what I heard
seniors. There's NFL personnel, players, media outlet. They say it's big. We got to go check it out, man.
Well, yeah, for people who don't know, and I can mention it on the show before, I've been on the same flight as Ari Mirov before, multiple times going to the Senior Bowl because we both fly out of Atlanta. And he's coming from New York. I'm always coming from Toronto. We both fly out of Atlanta. And I've talked to him about this before because he said that, the good thing about the Combine is that, like you said, everyone's there except for Liam Cohen and James Gladstone. They're not going this year. But
right, yeah,
everyone's there, right? Agents, players are there, former players, GMs. But the problem is you got to know who all those people are. Andrew Berry walked past me in an airport. I had no idea it was Andrew Berry. So if I'm in Indianapolis, I'm not going to know it's Andrew Berry walking past me to get an interview to say, hey, what are you guys doing with Shedeur Sanders? So that's part of it for me. And it's like, but especially when we know the access is kind of like in the hallways and here or there, and you got to really run around and try and find people outside of, the scrums of media, which, again, we could do that.
Listen,
but it's not overly fun to be able to see
I was just saying we need to go. I didn't need a full breakdown of the areas in which we can conduct interviews. That was supposed to be about 15-second lead in so we can get to Daniel Jeremiah's updated board, but continue to tell us about where we can socialize.
It's just like, again, I can watch on TV. I'm there for the drills. If we get an interview, we'd be lucky, but I'd be surprised if we got anything good, to be honest.
All right. Thorough
very
this
thorough
morning, Jay Rich. Very thorough. case you missed any of the content on the channel, Jay Rich was in his bag yet once again. Jeremiah Love mini movie is up right now on the channel. Jeremiah Love, best running back prospect in this class. No doubt about it. We all know it. It's not up for debate. It's not breaking news. Jay, he would have been one of the better running backs over the past couple of years. You know, and I mean by a couple of years, where do you think he ranks? I asked this question to the YouTube community. Jeremiah Love is a prospect, and I'm just going to go down the board for Jonathan Brooks, who I believe was the RB1 in 2024. It's Jeremiah Love, right? Mm-hmm. Jeremiah Love or Ashton Jeanty for you?
Ooh, probably Jeremiah Love.
I would hope you would pick Jeremiah Love as much as you disparage the name of Ashton Jeanty, calling him the Mountain West Brian Robinson. Let's say Jeremiah Love or Breece Hall.
Jeremiah Love.
Jeremiah Love or either of the two first-round running backs in 2021, which we had Najee Harris and Travis Etienne.
Oh, definitely Jeremiah Love.
Now, here's where I think there is definitely some debate. Jeremiah Love or the RBs from 2020. And if you don't recall, that was the Clyde class, that was Dobbins, that was Akers, that was Jonathan Taylor, DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, like I think that he's the best running back prospect since Jonathan Taylor, in my opinion. I think people...
You know I skipped 23 for a reason.
But I think the problem, though, Ray, is that people talk about how good Bijan is now, but I don't think he was that good at Texas. Right? Like, I think he's a better player now than he was at Texas. I think that Jahmyr Gibbs probably had better tape to some extent than Bijan Robinson did in college. And I think Jeremiah Love's tape is kind of better than both of them. I think people just remember what you see in the NFL more than what they actually were in college, personally. I think since Jonathan Taylor is where I would say Jeremiah Love in terms of his tape as a running back prospect. I think Jonathan Taylor's when I say, yeah, like he was as good as it gets when it comes to college running backs.
All right, I'm going to have to stop you here. Jeff, we are on a new Wake Up's on his own feed now. So you got to go to Wake Up GMGP. If you type up Wake Up GMGP on YouTube, the new Wake Up channel will show up. And
oh, we got X comments now?
Yeah, I don't even see us on it.
I didn't even
go
know
find
that.
us on X. I don't know. But Jeff, yes, please go to Wake Up GMGP on YouTube for the Wake. Now back to this blasphemous comment that you just said. What did you just say?
I just think his tape is better than Bijan's, and better than Bijan's for sure, in my opinion.
No.
And I would say close with Gibbs. I just think it is. I don't think Bijan's tape is really that impressive relative to Love's. I think it's pretty much the same, and I think Love gives him the edge just a little bit.
Let's go back to 2019. Jeremiah Love or Josh Jacobs, who's the RB1 in 2019. I'll just do this off the
Jeremiah
top.
Love.
Jeremiah Love, 2018, we've got Saquon Barkley. Saquon.
But Ray, the problem is like I remember Saquon now. Saquon in college wasn't like...
Stop it.
But he wasn't that crazy. Like he wasn't that crazy.
Hey, I gotta stop it. I've got to stop.
All right, that's fine.
It's gone too far. I was at the Saquon Barkley game versus USC where he cut that bitch back across the field, took it to the house for 70 yards. Saquon in college was a different animal. Jay, you got to stop it now.
He was very good, but you're saying it like Jeremiah Love is not also a different animal. He is.
I said he would clear in just about every class over the last decade, and I still believe it. The ones that I think he would have trouble surpassing would be Saquon Barkley, Bijan Robinson, and then if we go in the last 10 years, Ezekiel Elliott in 2016. I think those are the only three.
Zeke's peak is tough to beat. And same with Christian McCaffrey, but Christian McCaffrey's not last 10 years.
Christian McCaffrey was not last 10 years. Christian McCaffrey
and his
came
peak
out
was crazy high.
2015.
Zeke is interesting though. Because his last season was crazy.
Y'all bear with us today. We've got Jay Rich is on one today. We are going to have a show. Jay, listen. We're going to look at Daniel Jeremiah's board because he agrees that Jeremiah Love is one of the best players in this class. And we'll talk through some new inclusions to his big board because this one got a lot of people talking across the airways. A lot of people were talking about this update, this 2.0 update. A lot of players that were nowhere to be found in his first iteration of his big board are here now and prominently placed inside this class. So let's pull it up right here. Where are we at? NFL.com? NFL.com. It's Daniel Jeremiah. They say he's one of the best in the game. Jay Rich, that's what they say. That's what they say.
Why are you coming for DJ and we haven't even looked at it yet?
Listen, I'm not here to disparage anybody's name, but I know how hard it is to watch a lot of these players and have this thorough of analysis on all of that. We shall see. That Lawrence Jackson.
That's how we got Ray I.
Well, that's Lawrence Jackson said. Y'all don't need to be having no access to that all 22 in the first damn place because we get stuff like what you just said about Bijan Robinson's college tape not being that good. Fernando Mendoza, number 1 on the board. No issue there. No issue there. Mendoza's at the top of the board. He's being
number
compared
one
to he's being compared to Jay
50?
Rich. He's being compared to Joe Burrow at this point.
Is he really? Oh,
that is the comp. He is Joe Burrow reincarnated. Yes, reincarnated. I was stargazing. Life goes on. I need all my Jeremiah Love, number 2. Number 2, Jeremiah Love. So you talked about him being one of the best players. Now here's where it gets interesting. He's got David Bailey, the edge rusher out of Texas Tech at 3. Arvell Reese, linebacker out of Ohio State at 4. Then we've got Sonny Styles at 5, followed by Reuben Bain Jr. at 6. Just a run of defensive players right now. You get your 2 offensive guys out of the way, and then it's a load up on defense. Carnell Tate, Jay Rich, has moved up.
Wide receiver 1.
Has moved up. The wide receiver 1 now. It seemed like it was a few weeks ago where this dude was a certified bum. Couldn't catch passes, couldn't beat out Jeremiah Smith, so he can't be that good. He was the number 2 on his own offense, not that good. Didn't have 1,000 yards, not that good. But now he's wide receiver 1. I guess they watched that profile on GQ's channel. They read that scouting report, Jay Rich.
Yeah. Again, this has been I think the momentum's been going this way for a while. But yeah, DJ has got him as a runaway wide receiver 1, which, how do you feel about that? Do you think it's this clear? It's getting wide now. Like it feels like it's getting pretty wide. I said it 2 months ago. I think he's the best receiver in the class. But
I think he's the most complete receiver.
But do you think the gap is getting a little wide though? Because for me, it's like you're taking Carnell Tate at 5, and you may be able to get like Lemon and Tyson outside 15.
You might be able to, and I'm not.
That's interesting.
That's great value, but you're asking me who the best receiver is, and I think it's Carnell Tate. I think he is the most complete receiver in this class. I felt that way ever since I charted every snap, every rep that he took this year, every pass rep that he took this season. I think he's the best player at his position in this class. Mansour Delane, 8 out of LSU. Got Caleb Downs at 9. And your top 10, it's not that much of a runaway. Look at you boosting. Makai Lemon right here at player 10 on his board. So you've got Makai Lemon right here and Carnell Tate inside the top 10 for Daniel Jeremiah. Let's scroll down the board a little bit. Vega Ione, this is somebody I keep mocking to the Chargers at 22. Jay, I'm hard-pressed to believe he's going to fall out of the top 15 because in today's okay. I was actually going to play the clip. I think it's a former Colorado Buffalo offensive lineman, and he was talking about Jordan Seaton, the left tackle from Colorado. He's transferred from Colorado. He's going to LSU, but he was talking about how offensive line play today, like these dudes are soft. Like they said, they're soft. It's not a physical game. It's just different, right? So when you find somebody that's got that nasty, mean streak, I want to block, I want to be a guard, I want to be a guard and run block, those guys are so valuable. I don't think we'll see if he does anything at the combine, but I think this is one of the players who can definitely rise coming out of Indianapolis this week. And we could talk about that as well. Players that we think are going to rise up the board this week from the combine. Francis Malinois at 12, tackle out of Miami. Jermon McCoy, really want to see what information we get about him coming out of Indy because this is a player who was graded very high. He's 13th on the board, but he didn't play at all last year because of the torn ACL. And you just know how I am about players returning from that after a year, But he had a full year off, so he should be good to go. But that's one that I'm very, very curious to see how the medicals or the conversation around him pans out. Spencer Fanu at 14, and then we've got Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, 15th overall, the Toledo safety. So just a few spots behind Caleb Downs. Jay, what do you think? You're the safety whisperer on the show. You are the resident safety whisperer. What do you think about EMW, a few spots behind Caleb Downs?
I have heard a lot of hype. I have watched absolutely zero film on the Toledo safety. So my opinion is still TBD. But yeah, this is pretty high praise for him. It does seem like he's probably not going to fall out of, I'd say, 25. It feels like he's probably not going to get past the Minnesota Vikings pick because we know that they could definitely use a safety back there. I'm still unsure how to feel about him because Downs is almost in his own tier to where he could break the mold of you don't draft safeties, X number of picks high. Like he's probably going to go in the top 10. Can McNeil Warren break that mold? Because even Warren, we thought could have been easily a top 20, top 25 pick. He showed it on the field, and he fell all the way to the second round. So it'll be interesting to see how they value him because safeties are not valued as high as other premium positions. But to be this high, it sounds like it's warranted. He's been rising for a while.
Kenyon Sadiq, Jordan Tyson, back-to-back, 16 and 17. Jordan Tyson, there was a report that he will not run at the combine, or will he participate?
He won't do anything. He won't participate at all.
He's still recovering from that hammy, right? That hamstring.
Yep. So we won't see any Jordan Tyson, at least as of right now. We won't see any Jordan Tyson.
I was listening to, okay, let's just go down a little bit more. Denzel Boston, it's just receivers. We've got Sadiq,
pass catchers, yeah.
Tyson, Boston, Cooper, Jeremiah, just throwing them on there. Right? Just throwing them on there, back to back to back. Omar Cooper, wide receiver, goes from unranked to the 19th best player in the class. How does that happen? How do you go from outside of a top 50 to inside of the top 20 in a matter of weeks?
Maybe he finally watched the tape, right? Maybe he watched this show where it was one of the first things I told you after watching a bunch of tape for Fernando Mendoza's profile. I'm like, Omar Cooper is good. And, he was mocked in the second round. You had him in the first round a couple times to the Patriots, a few different things like that. But it was not consensus to have him in the first round. And even our last rookie mock, I said, nah, he should be in the first round 100%. Like, he's going to be right there. I would take him. I think I took him at like 8 or 9 in the last rookie mock. And now, unranked to 19 is interesting, right? And it could be he's learning more information, and now he believes there's a really good shot he's going to go in the first round and potentially even quite high in the first round. But putting him in a tier with Boston and Tyson is not something we've seen from anybody.
He's in the same tier. So based on this, I would say it's Cornell Tate in his tier. What was Tate, 6 or 5? Where was Tate at?
He was at,
I think, Reese
6.
He was at 6.
He was at 7. Lemon was at 10.
So they're in a tier of their own. Those two are in a tier. Then there's a break, and then you've got Cooper, Boston, and Tyson in that second tier as sort of his wide receiver.
Tier, basically,
all in the same tier. Very interesting. Very interesting. You say he watched some tape. I don't think he watched a damn thing, to be honest with you, but neither here nor there. Akeem Mesidor, 20. Cassius Howell, 21. CJ Allen, 22. There goes Dylan Thineman, my boy, 23. Blake Miller, 24. Monroe Freeling, 25. This is a player that I don't know how long I've been talking about Monroe Freeling, but I do think that if he participates at the combine, he will rise. He's just too big, too athletic to not rise up the board following a strong on-field performance at the combine. You got Colton Hood at 26, Lee Hunter, another big riser, DT out of Texas Tech, Keldrick Falk, 28, Caden Proctor, 29, and Avion Terrell at 30. Jay, that's your top 30 from Jeremiah. Then we'll scroll through the board. You've got Lomu there at 31. Interesting to see him at 31. People hated me picking him to the Rams. They said that was an awful pick in my mock. They did not like that Lomu.
That must have been the second pick, right? Not the first one?
It was the first pick. They did not like it.
Well, then I get why.
We got to go trenches. You just got to trust it. I learned from Dallas. Even though it feels bad, you just got to do it. TJ Parker at 32. Casey Concepcion should be a prospect profile dropping any day now with Casey Concepcion. Maxon Cantor over there at Arizona State, 34. Caden McDonald, 35. Caleb Banks, 36. Brandon Cisse, 37. Peter Woods, 38. R. Mason Thomas, 39. And your boy Ty Simpson at 40. Jay Rich, I saw a report yesterday that I think it was Mike Renner said that he would take him at 24. Saw enough from that Ty Simpson in 15 starts to take him in round 1. But that Shedeur Sanders, we didn't see enough from him. He needed to go round 5, but we saw enough out of Ty Simpson. Just interesting developments here. Christian Miller at 41. Anthony Hill, 42. Jadarian Price, who I had mocked in round 2 to Houston in my last 2-round mock.
Okay.
Jay Rich, I kind of like that. Houston took Price at like 58 or wherever they're picking at. I was like, oh, this is a nice spot to grab a running back. 44, we got Malachi Fields. 45, Keontae Scott, one of my favorite defensive backs in the class. Tonio Williams, Zion Young, Jake Galladay, Deion Burks, and Zachariah Branch. Burks inside the top 50 is interesting, as all mock draft database sort of have him as a late day 3 pick, and then Zach Branch here at 50. So this is who Jeremiah has inside his big board. No Chris Brazzell, no Chris Bell, no Chase Pasantis, who all 3 of those guys were included in the last iteration of his big board. Anything stand out to you?
I mean, the big one for me was to see such a big fall for Peter Woods.
Yeah, 38.
Like, Peter Woods continues to fall down. If you told me coming into this season that Peter Woods would be the lowest drafted Clemson Tiger,
I know,
outside of, like, at least on their defense, of their first rounders of Terrell, Woods, and Parker. Parker's rising up. I think Terrell was about the same, and Woods continues to fall. I'm curious what it is with Woods. Obviously, the play on the field wasn't as good as we hoped it would be, and it seems like Caleb Banks maybe has passed him in terms of how highly favored they are, but that is probably one of the more surprising things. But what are your thoughts on Casey Concepcion? You like him a lot. I am working on the profile, although Sonny Styles has taken a priority because we want to get that in before he does his combine. I will say that A&M was interesting because of all the receivers they utilized. You know, I talked to you about Mario Carver, how good I thought he was, and he's going to be returning to A&M.
Good player.
At times, I thought he looked better than Concepcion, but Concepcion's good in his role. I think Concepcion profiles as a better NFL receiver than Carver does. But it's weird that, like, people don't seem to like him. People seem to like Omar Cooper more, definitely like Boston more, maybe even like some other receivers more than Concepcion. He could be a player that's like...
I wonder why that is.
I don't know if it's lack of production.
900 yards
I don't know what it is.
He had 900 yards with Marcel Reed.
And that's the problem. He was just a guy in the offense. He didn't stand out. But he's good. Like, he's a good receiver. He's good in the red zone. Like, I don't know. People just don't like him for whatever reason.
I thought he stood out quite a bit, personally.
Okay.
I don't know why there's a disdain for him right now, but maybe that changes if he does work at the combine. I think he'll have really, really good short area quickness times, the shuttles.
Hope, yeah.
I think he'll look really good in those drills. I was listening to Chase Daniel talk about the combine, and I want to get your thoughts on it. I was actually going to play it, but he said he thinks that the passing drills are dumb, that NFL teams don't value it at all. That, you know, we sit back and we watch it. He said you get 10 throws in a not realistic environment. He said they have them doing different type of steps and sets and drops. Said the only thing that the throwing and the passing drills kind of highlight is how the ball leaves the hand of the quarterback. But as far as making the completions, hitting the receivers, he says it's kind of pointless. A lot of the things that are done are just not, NFL teams don't even factor that shit in to their evaluation process. And I just wonder if we're going to see more players not do stuff at the combine. I know a lot of people say they're going to be there now until you're watching on Saturday and you see them in the jersey lined up but not ready to run, right? I'm not doing that. Like, I'm here, but I'm not here, and I'm not going to do this. I don't know how these teams actually consume that information, especially some of the on-field stuff. You talked about it earlier in the show. Cohen and Gladstone aren't even going. They're just...
Yeah, and Rams aren't going to go either. The Rams never go.
I don't think the Rams ever go.
They haven't gone for years.
Gladstone has no need to go because I'll just trade first-round picks for a corner receiver corner. I'm just curious to how this will continue to play out and evolve over the next couple of years. I think the true litmus test, honestly, Jay, is 2027. I want to see who goes to the All-Star games, which one of the players from 27 class actually attends the Senior Bowl, the Shrine Bowl, goes to the Combine, competes, or does it turn into this event or this time of the year where I'm going to control everything around my narrative, and you're going to come see me in LA. You're going to come see me at Indiana. You're going to come to LSU and watch me do my workout in my home yard, in my home field, right? On my grass, in my weight room, my training facilities with our stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's going to play out, but it's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of see it from both sides. People don't really value it because, yeah, like the chemistry, especially with the running and the throwing. I mean, I do think there is some value in just kind of seeing how players run routes, especially if you're looking at drafting a receiver. Like you could line up 10 guys in a row and have them all run routes within a scheme or whatever you want to call it. And you could see how they run those routes. And you don't necessarily need to see the ball on target, but with no defenders, that doesn't exactly help the analysis either, because we know we're factoring in man and zone, their ability to read all those various coverages also comes into play. But yeah, I mean, it just is what it is. And at this point, it's kind of been a dog and pony show for a while, and people get excited for the 40, and that's fine. But outside of, I'd say, the agility drills, and maybe to some extent like the athletic testing, because you know the jumps and the explosiveness all kind of correlate to success in the NFL, it's kind of just is what it is at that point. I'm not surprised Chase Daniel thinks that, and I wouldn't be surprised either if that was a common thought across the NFL.
Yeah. Just, it was interesting to hear him talk about it. I had bookmarked it. I was going to show it on the show, but I really want to kind of get to the mock and talk through this. I see some people asking about Deion Burks and all this stuff. There's a link in the description of the video. Y'all know me. I have spent a lot of time tracking usage and looking at how things that people talk about, right? There's a lot of people, Jay, who talk about things from a pass catcher standpoint that it just doesn't translate and correlate to how things happen in the NFL. Isolated metrics. Oh, look at this yards per route run. Look at this separation score. Look at this. Like, all of those things individually are fine, but they don't tell a good picture, right? That's why we created Trinity. It is the best usage tracker, period. I don't care what website you talk about. It is the best individual usage metric, and it actually correlates better than points per game. Everybody says PPG is the best predictor of future success. Well, Trinity's R2 is higher than raw points per game. It's a great tool from the NFL perspective, right? College is a different story. Go ahead.
Okay. Can you make sure that when you say that, you say R squared?
I know what it is. I'm just R. I'm not, dude. I like 3 degrees. I know it's R squared. I'm not. You know what? You always try to correct me on shit. You know what I'm talking about, though. You know what I'm talking about.
You have this great intro talking about it, and then you hit with the R2. I'm like, come on, man.
But you don't have. The thing is, you just roll with it, right? You know how many times you screw some shit up and I don't say anything? But that's okay. I got something for you, my friend. Regardless of that, in the vernacular or the terminology used, you know what I'm talking about. It's a strong predictor of future fantasy success. The issue is it's been difficult to figure those things out from a collegiate standpoint. So I did create a college football usage model, which uses projected draft capital, how the players did in college, and you can check that out for free right now. I don't have a website where you got all these articles, but there's a link in the description. Posted it right here with a whole bunch of different charts, the correlation from the NFL standpoint, and you can just run through the 2026 class, if they get drafted in certain rounds, what the percentage of the outcomes would be. We've got back testing back to 2021, how the environments may change your role. You're asking about certain collegiate players. All of it right here in this article. Check it out. College Trinity score, usage, and how that might translate to future NFL success. Link is in the description, but highly encourage you to check out this piece right here to help you as we go through this NFL draft process for your rookie drafts in April and May. So I've got that posted for free, and that'll be the last free thing I post on there. You got to go pay $7 and support what we're doing for all the other good stuff. So at this point, Jay, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back, and we will do some more NFL draft talk. We're going to do a 2-round rookie draft. You're going to do it, and I'm just going to sit back and be critical the whole time as you go through round 1 and 2 of a rookie mock. We appreciate everybody being in the building. Hit the thumbs up button, like the stream, and we'll be right back after the break. In the history of Notre Dame football, 71 first-round draft picks across every position. Only 2 running backs have ever heard their names called in round 1. Paul Hornung, number 1 overall in 1957, and Jerome Bettis, the bust, number 10 overall in 1993. That's it. 2 running backs in nearly 70 years of the draft. Jeremiah Love is about to be the 3rd. But here's what makes this story different. Love isn't just the next great Notre Dame running back. He's the most efficient running back prospect I've evaluated in years. A 3-phase weapon who can line up in the slot, mismatch linebackers in space, and take any carry to the house. He's a game changer, a home run hitter with receiving versatility that modern NFL offenses demand. A zone scheme runner with patience, burst, and the kind of speed that ends defensive possessions. Let's break down who Jeremiah Love is, why he's the RB1 of the 2026 NFL draft class, and why he would have cleared as one of the top running backs in any draft class over the last decade. There it is right there, the mini movie by Jay Rich. Jeremiah Love up on the channel right now. Check that out. Prospect Profile series continues with that Notre Dame running back. We talked about him versus all the top running backs over the last 10 years and where he would rank. We got him somewhere between the top 3. You got Bijan, you got Saquon, you've got Jonathan Taylor, top 5. Jonathan Taylor and Ezekiel Elliott. I would put Love right there. Probably, Jay, probably 5. If I'm being realistic and thinking about them as prospects, over the last 10 years, the only running backs that I would have over Jeremiah Love would be Bijan Robinson from 2023. Jonathan Taylor.
You like him more than Gibbs, eh?
I liked Gibbs a lot coming out.
Yeah.
But I think if
really
it were to happen again, I think Bijan would probably still be the top running back, but Gibbs would be right behind him. Or you could split the baby. If you want to say 5 times I'll take Gibbs, 5 times I'll take Bijan. I think those
but I meant
two
relative to Love though, because you're omitting Gibbs from your top 5.
I probably like Gibbs a little more. I probably like Gibbs a little bit more. So I go Bijan, Gibbs. Jonathan Taylor does not get the respect that he should, but he had damn near 3 2,000-yard seasons at Wisconsin, and he caught the ball. He was incredible. Saquon Barkley, Penn State, out of this world, and then Zeke back at Ohio State in 2016. Zeke was a different animal back in college, but he's in very, very high company and high regard. Very talented player. Very, very good, man. But he definitely... Ja didn't get a lot of recognition from the public at GT, but I love that Georgia Tech film, year 1 from Jahmyr Gibbs was... You could tell he was a special player. All right, Jay. We got a rookie mock. We've got the combine this week. I was going to say the draft, but let me not make a mistake. Dear God, please don't make a mistake. We've got the combine this week. 2-round Wake Up Mock 2.0. We did this exercise a few weeks ago, Jay. The people said they wanted to see it again from you. They actually want to be in these drafts with old Jay Rich. So we're going to pull up the board, and we're going to talk through it. What are we going? Superflex?
Please.
Superflex. All
Not
right,
that it really matters, but...
Well, Joey Aguilar's in the class now. Maybe I need to get him in there.
True.
Joey Aguilar is in the class now. Superflex Jay Rich 101 is who? It's Jeremiah Love.
Give me
right?
Jeremiah Love.
Regardless, it doesn't matter the format. He's the 101, right? And then it's going to be what? Love and Mendoza? Jeremiah Love, Fernando Mendoza, 1-2?
I want to know where the chat's out on Mendoza at 2.
Okay.
I'm not that sold on him. But I think because I don't like Carnell Tate as much as everyone else, I probably would take Mendoza at 2.
Okay, so we're going Mendoza at the 102. This is Superflex Wake Up Mock 2.0. Jeremiah Love comes off the board as the first overall player. Then we've got Fernando Mendoza coming off the board at the 102 spot. Jay Rich, 103. Is this where we start to have a little fun, or are you going to go chalk here?
So should this be my mock? And where my heart says these players should go.
Absolutely.
We're going straight from the heart.
We're going from your beautiful mind of football, baby. It ain't the heart. You watch ball. You know ball. Tell us where these players should go. If think about how you feel about them. You've seen them all. Hell, I'm doing all the profiles on them. You've seen them. You watch the film. You watch college ball. Where do you think they should go relative to rookie drafts and their projected NFL outcome?
Then I have to take Tyson next. I just have to. He's my favorite receiver in the draft. If he falls down the board, it's only a benefit to him. He goes to a better team. I just don't know how he's not the wide receiver 1. I say it every time we talk about him. It's the injuries. It's the only thing for me that makes him not the one. And if I had to pick a guy, like, I'm picking him. But for a lot of people, Tate's next, 100%. Draft capital is there. Seems like the clear one. I would not be surprised if Mekhi Lemon continues to fall because people just like Tate so much, and he kind of falls into that next tier. I've never really been there with Lemon, so for me, it would probably be still Tyson, Tate, and then Lemon. Draft capital will probably not change it a whole lot unless Tate gets like a really good spot. But I think within that top 6, there really isn't a spot. The Giants is probably still the best at 5. If he goes at 6 to Cleveland, you're kind of like, okay, well, he's buried at that point. Ray, let's say that was to happen. Let's say Tyson goes outside the top 15. Mekhi Lemon goes between 10 and 15.
Use Jeremiah's board as sort of a projected landing spot draft capital simulator. So
because if Tate was in Cleveland, what would that do for you in terms of evaluating him?
Nothing.
You'd still take him as high as you would. Like, it wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah, I would still take. I don't care where he lands. Tennessee, Cleveland, New York, Arizona, Washington. I saw that as a spot. New Orleans.
Washington, I think I'd
Kansas
be okay
City,
with.
Miami, any of them. Tate's going to be wide receiver 1 for me. I don't think there's no landing spot that would probably change that for me.
Because the Cleveland one is where I think a lot of people will say, well, I mean, it's Cleveland. Look who his quarterback is. And that could still change. But Cleveland is probably the one. Washington's fine. Kansas City, obviously, he is the wide receiver 1 at that point.
He'd be the wide receiver 2 at that point. But I get what you're saying. People would feel that way. So people would be
I'm saying the rookie
about
wide receiver 1.
He would probably be the rookie wide receiver 1 and the team's clear-cut wide receiver 2 behind Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice. So now what do you do? And we're taking Daniel Jeremiah's board that we just went through into consideration. I mean, he had your boy Jordan Tyson right next to Denzel Boston and right next to Omar Cooper. So what are we doing here? Jadarian Price was also top 45 guy according to Daniel Jeremiah. So and Ty Simpson was 40th.
Yeah. But you know how I feel about Ty Simpson.
Well,
so if I'm projecting the capital and saying, okay, this isn't the capital, but this is where DJ is somewhat projecting these players to go, and granted the receiver group, like, they can all go in that range. It's just not going to happen. But if this was to be the case, this basically tells me that Jadarian Price is the runaway RB2. And if he goes in the second round, I think he's definitely in consideration here. The problem is that would I take that over a potentially projected first rounder in Denzel Boston and Omar Cooper?
That is the question.
And then if you want to throw in Kenyon Sadiq, because he's probably going to be a first rounder.
Let's make it tight end. This is tight end premium. That's 1.5 tight end premium. And
so it's a mini premium. You're trying to tempt me with a mini premium.
Yeah, mini premium. Not too much. What are we doing here?
My next pick would probably be Cooper. If it's my pick, it's Cooper.
It's your pick. This is your mock. Omar Cooper.
If it's my pick, it's Cooper. If you're telling me Cooper's going in the first, I am all in. Like, I'm in at that point. So for me, it would be Cooper, Boston.
I mocked Omar Cooper to your New England Patriots a few days ago.
That would be
I mocked him to New England a few days ago. Check out that mock on the channel. How would you feel about Omar Cooper with Drake May?
It'd be phenomenal. He'd be the wide receiver 1 right away. Unless something happens where he's not ready, doesn't know the system, needs some development, which it can be the case with any of these guys, right? Outside of, the top dogs, probably Tate, Lemon, maybe Tyson to some extent are clear-cut going to play. But yeah, if he needs some development, I would love him at 31 in New England. I think it'd be a great fit for, player and for the team, obviously being Drake May's primary slot, more likely than not out the gate. I would take Boston next, and then I would take Price, followed by Sadiq.
Boston, Price, Sadiq off of the board. Coming off the board, what's that? 7, 8, and 9. We've got Omar Cooper, Denzel Boston, Jadarian Price, Kenyon Sadiq in this mock at the 109. So we've got 2 running backs, 5 wide receivers inside the top 10 of a rookie draft. 5 receivers inside the top 10. That does not make me feel good about having some of those later picks in round 1, Jay. So at this point, you're at the back of the draft. You just missed out on the championship round of your fantasy football playoffs. You're right outside. 110, 111, 112. We still have Simpson. We've got Casey Concepcion. Some of the players that are listed here that were not inside of Jeremiah's top 50 that are up next. Jonah Coleman, no Elijah Surratt, no Emmett Johnson, no Katron Allen, but you got Malachi Fields on the board, Zachariah Branch on the board, Chris Brazel's still here, and, of course, all the other quarterbacks. What do you think here at 10, 11, and 12? What's your gut telling you? What's that J. Rich film analysis telling you?
The next pick for me would probably be Concepcion.
Okay, good. There we go.
I think capital is there. I think the talent's there. I'm very curious where he goes, whether he goes late first or he goes, early second in that
feels
top
like
40,
an early
45
second. Feels
range.
like an early second guy. Feels like early
He does,
second.
but I think at the same time, it feels like I'm not going to make the comparison because the comparison's kind of ridiculous, but like when the Chargers traded up for Lab McConkey, he feels like one of those guys. And Lab was never really a projected first round guy, but like a player that once you get to the second round, why wouldn't the Jets want him?
How's that
at
crazy?
at 33, right? Like I think that's where people, once the second round hits, Concepcion could be the only guy there. Maybe there's a Boston, maybe there's a Cooper as well. We'll see how the draft falls. But I think it seems like he's going to be the guy that people try to trade up for in the second round to go and get him. So for me, I think he's a good pick there. Now after that, though,
are we at the point now? Let's just be real. Are we at the point now where you're just like, I really don't want anybody else?
It becomes difficult. Jonah Coleman, not projected as a second rounder, maybe a third rounder, could be a fourth rounder.
Listen, I hope I am dead wrong, chat. I think he's going to run like a 4.7. And I know people are going to say, oh, running back 40 times, that it does matter. And you can't be a slug out there, right?
It matters, right? So I wanted to ask you, because I think I asked you this last mock as well.
Emmett Johnson's going to run a 5 flat, too. Hammer the over. When Prize Picks drops them combine numbers, he just hit overs. Over. If they have, if Prize Picks has any damn running back, Coleman, Johnson, Katron Allen, 4-4.
Under 4-5?
Under 4, hit the over. Hell, if it's 4-5, I'm hitting the over.
Katron's probably not running under 4.
No.
Nah.
11 and 12, Jay.
So this is where, for me, it's the question of, if you actually have a 111, you lost your championship, right? Especially if you have the 112. I think you're in Chris Bell range here.
I do.
I think you are in Chris Bell territory.
Shame. Oh, I didn't mean to shame you.
Come on.
I didn't mean to shame you. Hit the wrong
because if your team is this good and you actually earned the 111, you actually, have the 112. Yeah, he's coming off a major injury, but he's still projected to go in the second round. Like a lot of people still say he's probably going to go in the second round. You love Chris Bell.
I'm a big Chris Bell guy.
A lot of people love Chris Bell. What he does over the middle is arguably, some people, second to none in the class. Mekhi Levin's really the only one that really comes close, and he does it in a much bigger frame.
Much bigger.
Sure, he's injured, but like, this is the class. This is what we're looking at.
This is the class.
So, am I really taking Elijah Surratt, who I like? He's a fine receiver. Could be a second rounder, probably closer to a third rounder. Am I taking Brazel, who I don't like?
All right, who are we going to take here?
Give me Chris Bell. I was going to save Chris Bell for 112, but give me Chris Bell at 11. Next pick, though. Ooh, next pick.
Simpson?
Wow. Yeah, give me Simpson, I guess.
Simpson? They're saying he can go round 1, man.
He ain't going round 1.
I don't disagree. I'm just telling you what is being said. Here's round 1 of your rookie drafts. Jeremiah Love, great. Fernando Mendoza. Jordan Tyson as the wide receiver 1, Carnell Tate, Mekhi Lemon, Omar Cooper Jr., Denzel Boston. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damn receivers in a row. Jadarian Price, Kenyon Sadiq, Casey Concepcion, Chris Bell, and Ty Simpson round out round 1. Now you flow into round 2 and just talk about, what are you even trying to accomplish here? What do you, once you get to, what are you trying to get or draft here? Because I feel like it's going to be a lot of receivers.
Yeah.
Tight ends.
You're throwing darts, man. You're
straight up throwing the dart. Who's the 201? My
201 right now is probably Surratt. He'd probably be my 201. And it's not because I think he's going to be this great receiver, but I think he'll be a plug-and-play guy pretty early in the NFL. After that, I would probably go Brazel. even though I'm not a big Brazel guy, I'm just really not.
Zach Branch?
Nah. I would take Katron Allen and then Zachariah Branch.
What about you take Katron over Coleman?
Yeah.
Katron, Zach Branch. So
then go maybe Coleman.
We're going Coleman. I'm going to go to the chat to see what the chat's saying so far about round 1 and their feeling and sentiment about this draft class. We're seeing, Ruff, Kadarius, Antoine McConkey, Darts, the tight end 2, got to go early round 2 in the TEP. Branch will have ADV, Eli Stowers. Who's Chris Bell's comp? I don't know, honestly. A lot of people say A.J. Brown because he's the same size, 6'2", he's 6'2", 220.
Yeah.
It's hard to go. He's built like A.J. Brown. Some of the mannerisms on the field look A.J. Brown-esque, but that's a hell of a comparison, a hell of a comp to put on a second-round pick. I mean, A.J. Brown was picked in the second round too, so maybe it is appropriate. I don't want to go that far, right? I don't want to go that far.
A.J. Brown's slip was kind of crazy, though. He had 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons in the SEC.
Him and DK Metcalf getting drafted behind Andy Isabella. That won't ever happen again, or it will happen at times, but I don't want to comp him to A.J. Brown, but a lot of people say A.J. Brown. All right, Jay, 1-5. So we went three more. Look at this. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 receivers in the first, what is this? What is it, 16 picks?
Yeah.
10
picks.
Receivers and 16 picks. This feels like a trap class. There's no way we're getting 10 quality receivers from a class where you're already stretching by the time you get to wide receiver 5, 6. You're taking Chris Bell coming off an ACL as a first rounder. This feels very bad. This feels like traps all over the place, Jay. Let's keep it rolling though. 205, where we going?
Give me Eli Stowers.
All right, Eli Stowers.
He's a very good tight end. And I do like him a little bit, but I don't know where he's going to get drafted. If he goes, second round, he's probably fine there. Terrence Ferguson was second rounder last year and got drafted in a decent range. After that, man, Ray, am I taking Malachi Fields?
Are you taking Jonah Coleman?
Is he a second rounder? Did we not take him?
No, Jonah Coleman's still there.
Okay, then take Jonah Coleman. He's probably going to be at least a third rounder. I'm fine with that.
What about Emmett Johnson? Jeremy Bernard.
Yeah, throw Emmett next, and then give me Max Clare.
Okay.
Since we are doing a mini tight end premium anyways.
We are.
And then I want to talk about because at that point, are we at the back? Do we get into the Nussmeier, Carson Beck range?
Yes, we're 2-9 now. You could absolutely bring up those players. Malachi Fields, top 50 player for Jeremiah, still on the board for you. You have not touched Malachi Fields.
Keon Black's rising a bit too.
You've got Jacoby Lane, Tonio Williams, Jeremy Bernard. Give
me Jacoby Lane next, then Fields.
These feel like wasted picks.
They are wasted picks. They're just because we don't know where they're going, and they're
like
not that
picks.
good players. At that point,
we're wide receiver 14 now in the class.
Again, if you're back down here, you could go running back if you want, but just take a quarterback, man.
Who are you taking? Nussmeier?
I think Nussmeier and Klubnik would be my 2.
So we'll take Garrett Nussmeier here, and you sure you want to end with Cade Klubnik?
Yes.
You don't want to go
Klubnik over Beck.
You don't want Brennan Thompson, who could be a big riser?
No. I don't even know who that is.
You don't know who Brennan Thompson is out of Mississippi State, led the SEC in receiving this past year?
The SEC in receiving? Is he the guy that's super fast?
Yes, he led the SEC in receiving.
Yeah, he's the guy. I didn't know he led the SEC in receiving, but he's very fast though. He's tiny.
You sure you don't want to take him over one of these guys?
Nah, give me the quarterbacks.
What quarterbacks?
Would you take him in the second round? I said I wanted Nussmeier and Klubnik.
I would probably take him over Cade Klubnik.
What is your beef with Klubnik? Why don't you like him?
I don't dislike him.
Who do you think had the better peak, Nussmeier or Klubnik?
Garrett Nussmeier. People thought he could have been a damn top 5 pick last year if he would.
People thought Klubnik could have been a top 5 pick too.
But no,
he just wasn't eligible.
By the end of the year, nobody thought that.
Oh.
Not a soul thought that.
Okay.
Not a soul thought that.
Okay.
I don't have an issue with Klubnik, but here I'm just
then put Thompson there. I didn't realize he's going to go this high. But I guess at this point,
I don't know if he will
right?
or not. I just if we're taking the combine into consideration, he goes out there and he runs 4.32, 4.33.
Would you
People are going to
consider
steam him
like
up.
Trigg there? Trigg would have to have a good combine.
You got Mike Washington, Bernard, Klubnik, Thompson, Trigg, Singleton, Beck.
Yeah, Singleton's tough because he's hurt, but he's not like he's going to be back this season.
Yeah, he'll be back, but he's injured now. He just can't test. The bigger issue is his play has suffered every year of college.
Every year. Just gets worse
That's
and worse
the bigger.
and worse.
That's the bigger issue with Nicholas Singleton. Round us out here. You want to just go your boy Klubnik? That's who you want to?
No, I'll take Brennan Thompson if you want. If you think he can be like a 3rd round pick, then I'm with it because Cade's probably gonna go after that.
He probably has a chance to be there. I mean, will that? There we go. Final board. Wake Up Mock 2.0. J Rich edition. 2nd round. Surratt, Brazel, Katron Allen, Zachariah Branch, Eli Stowers, and Jonah Coleman, 1 through 6. Emmett Johnson, Max Clare, Jacoby Lane, Malachi Fields, Garrett Nussmeier, and Brennan Thompson out of Mississippi State, who should fly at the NFL Combine. How poor is this? I mean, just how bad is this class feel today? We don't know how the outcomes are going to be. They could all be incredible players, far exceed our expectations, and we're looking ridiculous here in a matter of 8, 9, 10 months. But today, right now, how excited are you for that 207 Emmett Johnson, that 210 Malachi Fields, that 204 Zach Branch? Like how, if you could trade one of these seconds for 227 thirds, would you do it?
Maybe. But yeah, these seconds are gross. Like, honestly, Ray, once we got to even Kenyon Sadiq, I'm like, I just don't feel confident. But I think at the same time, you have to remember that all the talk about this class has been the wide receiver position. And you know, as we're going through, you're like, are we really going to find 10 successful receivers? Of course not. But like, that is the strength of this class. And then Ray, I didn't even know that this dropped, but Tim was asking, are we going to talk about Kiper's mock?
Kiper dropped one? Oh, we got to.
Because Kiper's got a spicy pick
okay,
at
hold
number 2. I'm not going to look at the rest, but I was not expecting this at number 2.
We weren't going to do it. We weren't going to do it.
This is definitely going to be a bit of a spicy mock relative. Okay. And this is better than what I heard on Sirius this morning.
Oh, look at that face. I got a feeling we're in for a good one here. I got a feeling we're in for a good one.
Thank you, Tim. This will be funny.
All right.
Because it's off to a hot start.
Let's see what we got. This just dropped, right?
Dropped this morning, yeah.
I have not seen a thing. Okay, here we go. Mendoza at 1. Shocker, yeah. Jay Rich. All right, at 2, the Jets. Caleb Downs.
Boom. Caleb Downs at 2, Ray. Safety. Are they crazy?
Wow. I don't think they're crazy. I think it's just get the best player. Get BPA. All right.
Aaron Glenn getting his guy.
3. David Bailey, okay. Arizona gets David Bailey. We've seen that happen. See what Tennessee does for Cam Ward. Let's see what Tennessee. They go Arvell Reese.
Okay.
Giants, Spencer Fano.
Okay.
They go tackle. Jermaine Illuminor. There it is. I've been talking about it. He's a free agent, restricted free agent. So they can tag him. I doubt they're going to tag a 35-year-old right tackle, but he was very good last year, Jermaine Illuminor. But Giants have to upgrade their O-line, protect Jackson Dart. I don't hate it. Cleveland, Carnell Tate. Cleveland goes Tate.
We talked about it. Now it's here. So we'll probably get the 3 receivers, and if not more.
I feel
and
fine.
then we'll rank them after. Okay.
Okay. I feel fine. He's going to be 1. Unless there are a few spots that maybe
this
might
is the
change.
problem where you can't quit that Shador, right? You can't quit that Shador. Carnell Tate, no problem. Sanders is quarterback. He'll be fine.
Giants go Sonny Styles. Great pick. Great freaking pick. I mean, yeah. What did I say? Giants? Commanders.
Giants,
yeah, Commanders go Sonny Styles. At 8, Saints go Mekhi Lemon.
This I like a lot.
It's a good pick.
I think Lemon next to Olave is interesting. I like Tyson and Olave a bit more. I like Tate and Olave a little bit more. But Lemon and Tyson, or Lemon and Olave is still very good for Shuck. Surprising, though, I've heard a lot of conversation about Jeremiah Love not getting to Kansas City, and specifically other teams, other GMs not wanting Jeremiah Love to get to
go
Kansas City
to get to
9.
Kansas City. Well, let's see if that. There it is, right there. Kansas City Chiefs take Jeremiah Love at 9. The Bengals go Reuben Bain at 10. So talk about Jeremiah Love to Kansas City. Why might GMs not want this pairing to happen?
Because they haven't had a good running back in like 5 years. They brought back Eric Bieniemy, and it's the one thing that can open up things in the passing game. Stop them from playing 2 deep safeties. It's the perfect fit for Kansas City if they got Jeremiah Love. And Ray, I honestly think that NFL GMs are just not going to let this happen.
Like to just
even if the Saints got to take him, someone's going to make a
call
and make a trade down the board to say, do not let KC get. We'll trade something down the line. We'll figure it out. We'll make it right. But do not let Kansas City get Jeremiah Love.
Kansas City gets Love. Where's he rank? Jeremiah Love in Kansas City.
Backs?
Jeremiah Love in Kansas City or JT going back to Indy this year? Who would you rather have?
I think I'd rather have Jeremiah Love.
Jeremiah
JT
Love.
without
that's fine. That's fine. Jeremiah Love or Devon Achane with, we don't know what Miami's offense is going to look like, but would you take Achane or Jeremiah Love?
That's tough because it projects to be Quinn Ewers, and I just don't know how much of the pass game he's going to get. I would probably take Jeremiah Love.
So now you're Jeremiah Love or Ashton Genty.
I still think I would take Ashton Genty over Jeremiah Love.
What?
I said it before. I still think Ashton Genty in year 2 in Clint Kubiak's system is going to be better than Jeremiah Love in year 1.
As much shit as you talked about Ashton Genty, you would take him over. Hold on. Wait a minute. We just went back to 2016, and Jeremiah Love is better than Bijan. He's better than Genty. He's better than Saquon Barkley. The only one that had opposition was Ezekiel Elliott. But now you would take Ashton Genty over Jeremiah Love in Kansas City. Make it make sense.
I'm taking their situations. I'm taking their status in the NFL. I'm taking their experience.
You're taking their situations, right? So you're going to take the Raiders. I just want to be clear here. I want the people to understand what you're saying. You would take the Raiders situation over Kansas City situation, even though you said you would take Jeremiah Love over Ashton Genty 20 minutes ago.
I did, and I mean it, and I said it, and yeah, there's nothing more for me to say. I've said it before. Jeremiah Love is going to be a phenomenal talent. If he goes to Kansas City, he's going to be overvalued, and I would happily take Ashton Genty in his situation on the Raiders, playing behind that terrible offensive line over Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and that situation in Kansas City. I would take Ashton Genty.
Shame.
Now you get it.
Shame.
Now you get it, and deservingly so. Now you get it, and deservingly so.
How am I flip-flopping? Talking about how a player is as a prospect versus how they're going to perform in the NFL in one season are two different things. And I would take Genty.
At 11, the Miami Dolphins upgrade their offensive line to go Francis Mauigoa. I think that's a good pick. I haven't seen him falling this far. This would be a good pick for Miami, and I could definitely see Halfley, defensive coach. Let's upgrade the trenches, right? Like screw all this other shit. We gotta get our trenches together. See what my Cowboys do at 12. Mansour Delane. I'm fine with it. Fine with it. Last time we took a cornerback at LSU, he was okay. I think we'll see, because Morris Claiborne, people thought he was going to be a superstar, and that didn't pan out. But I like Delane quite a bit, so I'm good with this for Dallas. They need secondary help in the worst way. The Rams at 13 go Jermon McCoy. Okay. McCoy. Rams.
Chalk, man.
There goes your Ravens. Your Ravens getting Lamar some help, baby. Tyson to Baltimore.
Why? Do we really want Lemon or Tyson to go to Baltimore?
Absolutely. Why not? You serious? Why not? Lamar Jackson is there. Best quarterbacks in the league. You don't want one of the best quarterbacks in the league to get a top flight receiver? You just said he was the damn wide receiver 1.
I think he's the wide receiver 1. I think there's better spots. Baltimore's fine.
Man.
It's fine.
We need that full Jay Rich mock. We need that Jay Rich mock. Tampa Bay goes CJ Allen at 15.
That's got to be high for a linebacker.
That feels a little high. The Jets take Peter Woods at 16. There we go. The Jets go Peter Woods. They got to replace Quinn Williams. They've got to replace Quinn Williams. Let's see who the Lions go. Zion Young, so edge rusher next to Hutchinson.
That's pretty high.
Dylan. When I do it, I'm mocked and ridiculed. When I do it, I'm mocked and ridiculed. When Mel does it, he knows ball. Dylan Thineman, 18 of the Vikings. I made this pick 2 months ago, Jay Rich. Mocked and ridiculed when I did it.
Do you like it more than the Toledo safety?
No, I do not. I like the Toledo safety a little more than Thineman. Keldrick Falk goes to Carolina. Don't care for the pick. And then Dallas here at 20 goes Akeem Mesidor out of Miami.
I could not feel differently about those two back-to-back picks. Going Falk to Mesidor. The Cowboys would be slamming the draft button if Falk went at 19 and Mesidor was still available for them at 20.
Yeah. Mesidor's good. Let's see who else gets picked. I don't love him, but he's good. Ty Simpson goes to Pittsburgh at 21. There you go. Ty Simpson to Pittsburgh. Would this make you draft him higher than the 112?
No. This is Kenny Pickett. What is it? 4 or 5 years later when Kenny Pickett went, I think he went.
Hey, remember how much you loved that Pickett?
That was year 2.
Remember how much you pumped up that 3-0 preseason start?
That was
3-0 preseason start. Kenny Pickett to the moon. 22, there it is. Vega Ione out of the Chargers had some news yesterday. Bradley Bozeman, their center, gone. He's retiring, Jay Rich. I'm saying is that's another hole up front. You got 2 damn tackles hurt, guards play, center play.
Right. If your job said to you, we will let you retire instead of publicly releasing you, would you take that opportunity?
Depends on what I'm getting paid for the either of those decisions.
Because he was like one of the worst centers in the NFL this year.
Philadelphia's going Kenyon Sadiq at 23 with Dallas Goedert as a free agent. We'll see if they bring him back. 23 for Philly. Let's see what the Browns. They go Monroe Freeling at 24. So they took Cornell Tate at 6. They go tackle Monroe Freeling at 24. I don't mind that at all. The Bears go Caden McDonald. Good pick. Denzel Boston goes to the Bills. I know you don't like it. I like Denzel Boston.
I don't mind
Boston. Boston more than you. I like Boston more than you.
Yeah, I don't mind Boston. It's just not a big body receiver. Every time.
Niners.
Caden Proctor.
I did this. I think they need to find somebody. They need to find somebody for when Big Trent wraps it up and goes to get his gold jacket. I think they need to find somebody. It's just my thought. So I don't hate this at all. Oh,
come on.
Wow.
What?
Wow. How many times? So this brings up, I was called out in the chat, and it's not for lack of not knowing. It just wasn't at top of mind. Because I continue to talk about, I believe they were going to, what do I say? They're not going to be Ronnie Brown and Cadillac Williams where they're going to both go inside the top 10 of the first round. You've got Felix Jones and Darren McFadden, who were both first-round picks out of Arkansas in the same year. These guys weren't first-round picks, but they were 2 running backs from the same school that were very good in college. One was a first-rounder, went to your team. One was a 3rd or 4th rounder, went to my team. Who am I talking about? 2 running backs,
went to
same
your
school.
See, it's funny.
Went to your Patriots, went to your New England Patriots, and one of the running backs from the same school went to my Dallas Cowboys.
I have no idea. Because I thought you were going to Sony and Chubb.
No, not Sony and Chubb, but that's another.
But that was first and second round.
That was first and second round. This is first and 4th round. Big Ten school. It's cold there.
I have no idea.
9 plays there.
9? Michigan running back.
9 plays there currently.
Oh, at Minnesota. I don't know.
Lawrence Maroney and Marion Barber. Lawrence Maroney and Marion Barber. So somebody had said, talk about that. But anyway, Jadarian Price, you got 2 running backs from Notre Dame in round 1. I had J.D. Price going to Houston in round 2 in my last mock. Mel's got him going round 1.
Well, yeah, because you're not insane. There's no way he's going in the first round. That would be crazy. Like, okay, we can talk about, Jahmyr Gibbs wasn't a first rounder until he was. This is not the same situation.
If Price goes round 1, would you move him up in that mock? I'm just going to remind you where we took him. Jadarian Price went 108. Would you take him over Cooper or Boston?
Yes. I'd take him over both.
Okay. If he goes round 1, I agree.
I think you have to.
I agree.
If he goes round 1, you just have to.
The Rams take Blake Miller at 29. The Broncos get Emmanuel McNeil Warren.
That's a good pick.
Oh. I like it. I mean, they did pick Jahdae Barron last year, and that hasn't worked out so well, but he was a rookie, so we'll see how it plays out. Your Patriots go R. Mason Thomas, outside linebacker from Oklahoma, and then Avion. What a Seattle pick.
God, dude.
What a Seattle pick.
I would rather have Avion Terrell than R. Mason Thomas. Like, honestly. And TJ Parker's also available, who I would also take over R. Mason. Why
Thomas.
Are we getting an outside linebacker?
Yeah.
Mel, you're just screwing us, man.
I don't
for no
disagree.
Reason.
I do not disagree with you here. What a great pick right here with McNeil Warren to Denver and then Jadarian Price to Houston.
I guess
28.
Mel's not he's not buying into that Cooper hype, right?
Mel ain't buying that Cooper. Mel ain't buying that Cooper. Mel ain't buying that Cooper. He is not, Jay. Let me see. Okay, Bozeman was a hole. I got you. Maybe higher. Reggie and Lindell. Yeah, Reggie and Lindell. Lindell was a second rounder, first and second round. So, yeah, 9. There's Kevin. He's got that 9 in there. Knew Ray was going to get up for this one. Price, round 1. Yeah, that would be big. I think people would really like that. I think people would really like Jadarian Price.
The Houston landing spot's very good. Like, Price and Woody is very good. I'd be curious what people think about the split and kind of how that would go, but Price and Woody is a very good
It's a good backfield. Tandem. I think it'd be a fine backfield. I think it would be a fine.
It'd probably be a tandem, though, because both are pretty good.
Woody does what he needs to do. I mean, he got to stay healthy, man. That dude, he's getting hurt every game.
Yeah,
he's getting hurt every damn game. That Woody Marks is Jay Rich. And since we're talking about it, let me put this on the screen for everybody. So if you didn't get a chance to check out that mock, because I think it came out after our wake up show on Thursday, I went 2 rounds. 2-round mock draft came out a few days ago. Check it out. 2 rounds. Omar Cooper to New England in this mock. And some of the players that we talked about in round 1 of Mel's mock, I had them fall into round 2. So let's talk through it. Jason says he has got Mel Kiper as Omar Cooper at wide receiver 9. But this is on the channel, as is Jay Rich's new mini movie on Jeremiah Love, Notre Dame runner. Hell, I might need to do one on Jadarian Price if he's going to be a first-round pick, Jay. Just going to get that JD Price going as well. Check that out on the channel. More content coming soon. Jay Rich, hit the music, baby. Hit the music. Get us up out of here, man. Get us up out of here, Jay Rich.
Yes, sir. Combine week, so lots of things that need to happen. A lot of news probably coming out over the next few days. I know GMs are going to the podium today. Franchise tags still need to be decided. I believe we have until the 3rd for that. Ray, the extension of your boy, Javonte Williams.
Javonte Williams.
I'm sure you're happy about that.
Love
8
that.
years?
Love
or
that.
3 years, 24 million, 60 million guaranteed.
Not 8 years. Not an 8-year deal. Let's not get that 8-year deal.
Could be.
No show on Thursday. No show on
Thursday.
Thursday. No, I'll be traveling at airport. Got some family stuff we got to attend to.
Sonny Styles will be next. I am working on him right now, and then Concepcion will be shortly after that. So both those guys should be out by the end of the week. Styles, hopefully before he tests, so you guys can check him out. Lots of good stuff there. Really cool profile, especially watching the tape from his time as a freshman all the way to his final season at Ohio State. His development is very, very cool to see kind of over time, and you did a great job profiling that. So thank you to everybody for tuning in. We, of course, will be live recapping all things Combine news, probably some franchise tag and contract stuff as well come Tuesday. So enjoy the rest of your week and tap in to Ray's channel for all of the great content. Thank you for tuning in, like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week. We are out. Peace.